Hey guys, it's April and I'm excited to do a video today about how to follow your higher guidance or intuition. Or the question I got from a client was, how do I listen to my gut and trust my gut completely and without any self-doubt? I think I captured her question. Or are there any techniques or practices that will help me do this? So, um, we could talk for a long time about any piece of this, but I'm going to just give you a general overview because this is something natural that's happening all day because we are vibrational beings and everything has a spirit, everything is consciousness, everything is communicating all the time. And we just have to learn to listen and learn to understand what channels this information is coming through, because everybody's a little bit different in terms of how they pick up energy, not pick up energy, but how they hear their higher guidance or how they receive their higher guidance. So, so the first piece is you're going to want to be meditating, because the mind, when you're in the mind, you can't really access your higher guidance. The mind has no, it's just on a completely different channel of your higher guidance. I call it higher guidance, you might call it intuition. So you have to learn to get out of the mind, and the only way that I know how to do that, the best way, is to meditate. So I always send this just 11-minute meditation, How to Get Clear. It's on this channel if you want to check it out, and that will help open up your central channel and connect you into the divine and Mother Earth. And once you're plugged into those, I like this form of meditation because once you're plugged into greater sources of energy, it accelerates my capacity to be able to hear higher guidance than other forms of meditation. You can add on to that, but that's a really good place to start, is just to open up your central channel and connect into some greater sources of light. It's kind of like plugging in the phone. You wouldn't want to make a phone call back in the day without plugging in the phone. So that meditation really helps plug you in. What else? So meditate every day. And then the second one is to understand what is your particular way that you receive higher guidance. And that comes in through your clairs, your claircognizance, which is direct knowing, and that comes in through your crown chakra. And there is clairaudience, which comes in through your whole throat and heart, and that is hearing guidance. And the chakra centers are actually connecting vibrationally to this energy that comes in, and it doesn't have to be touching it. It can be, you can tune in to anybody anywhere, or if you want to tune in and get some information or guidance, you can tune in and ask about anything anywhere. It doesn't have to be sitting right in front of you, because energy is quantum. So we've got clairaudience, claircognizance, clairaudience. There's also clairvoyance, which is clear seeing and really seeing energy. This one has a lot of different ways of experiencing it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see energy super clearly, or like colors, or see images with your eyes open really clearly. It can be symbols, or this clair can work in combination with others. Like for me, when I lay hands on people, I'm able to feel energy. Once I can feel it in my own body, with us clairsentience, where you're feeling energy, other people's energy in your own body. Once I have that sense turned on, then I can start to see. So a lot of these clairs, they work together. So yours are going to work together in their own unique pattern. Let's see, clairsentience, clairaudience. Some people smell energy. That's a rare one, but you definitely can receive energetic information through your sense of smell. Then there's just kinesthetic, where you feel energy. You're not necessarily like clairsentience, where you're feeling it in your own body, but you're able to feel energy. You can feel, heat or cold, or different vibrations, different qualities of the energy. So There's a lot more we could go into there, but that's kind of like an overview. You want to know, so it's not, so when people say, is it coming, I feel things in my gut. I would really encourage you to, if there's a piece of guidance that's come in, and this is the next step 3, which is going to be identify different guidance that's come in for you already, 5 things, and write down, kind of slow it down, write down what guidance came in and how did you know, and really slow it down. Did you see it? Kind of see the energy. Did you hear it? Did you know it? And it's really fun to go back through all the different guidance that you've already gotten in your life, and you see that, oh my gosh, this has been something so natural. It's been happening forever, especially if you're watching this video. So after you've written down and you kind of understand how your guidance works, a couple things I didn't mention are dreams, synchronicities. Guidance can come through from other people, what people are saying to you, numbers. It can come through in a lot of different ways. So these are not the only ways, but these are really common. And so my client's other question was, so what are the techniques and tools? So these are going to help give you a framework to really be able to understand the language of energy and how is it that you are communicating with energy. So you just really want to take something that's happening so quickly, like guidance, and then your mind jumps in. So this is the next thing that happens, is you need to understand the connection that happens between when you get guidance in your mind. Because my client's question was, without a doubt, how can I follow my guidance? And you can get to this point with practice that there will be no doubt. However, if you still have your mind in the mix, which for many people that takes years to clear out, because what happens is as you get guidance and you want to expand, your inner critic will come in not a half a second later with their input on why that's not a good idea. For example, I got the guidance that I needed to move, you're just going to get a lot of information right away about why that's not a good idea. We don't have enough money. That's not a good place to live. On and on and on and on. You're going to get a lot of information about all the fear related to what you want to do. So the key here is to understand the difference between your mind and your clairs. And you can actually listen to the quality of it. It's not necessarily coming in through any of your clair channels. It's like this repetitive, cyclical message. It's always the same. It doesn't change. We don't have enough money. That place isn't going to work. You're going to really miss Oakland. On and on and on. Or you should move back to Oregon. Or that's what happened to me when we bought our house. So it doesn't change. It's just this kind of like tape that runs, and that's your mind. And that's all from past imprinting, whereas higher guidance is moving you forward into forward expansion. So once you understand that it's really natural for the doubt to come in right away, you can begin to work with it and not believe it. So you can, send love to your inner critic and thank your inner critic and just listen to what the guidance is. And so the guidance will get stronger when you take action on it. And then once you take action on it, more insight will open up and more guidance. So as you build that muscle over time, and also life starts to show you that you're getting really positive results when you follow that guidance. This can be very scary at first. It's like jumping off a bridge into the unknown. This is where when you work with your spirit guides, that can really help you to feel supported and secure about taking those leaps. But you can also choose something small. But I have higher guidance groups I teach, and my students, I tell them to pick, ask for guidance 10 times a day, be following guidance 10 times a day. And as you begin to work that muscle, then eventually your whole day will become following guidance, and it's just your whole life will be guided, and it just opens up this really magical, miraculous space. And then the more energy you put into the mind and following those steps, that becomes then that voice gets louder, the mind gets louder. So you just are kind of noticing where your actions are coming from, and that kind of feeds the source. So hopefully that answers my client's question of, how do I follow my gut, and what techniques and practices can I do to get even more comfortable with following my intuition and completely trust myself without doubt. So let me know how this goes for you. I'm excited to just encourage you to work with your higher guidance. I guess that was the other piece that I'll do in another video, is how your spirit guides are also informing, because the guidance is coming from some place, somewhere, and there's a lot of sources of that, which is so magical and fun, and I love it. So enjoy. Take care.